It's a victory. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. The U.S. Treasury chief telling Fox News the administration expects to win a tariff fight at the U.S. Supreme Court.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent defended the president's tariffs under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, which a federal appeals court just struck down. He said tariffs imposed based on fentanyl trafficking are justified as an emergency due to the number of American overdose deaths there have been, and that a growing trade deficit also constitutes an emergency.
President Trump, myself, the economic team in the cabinet believe that we are close to a tipping point where we could have financial instability due to these large and persistent trade deficits.
Separately, Bessent said Russia's president has, in a despicable manner, increased his bombing campaign against Ukraine, and that President Trump will be discussing options on Russia this coming week.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. As Russia keeps attacking Ukraine, Russia's leader attends a security summit in China.
Russian President Vladimir Putin was seen smiling while brushing shoulders with the leaders of China, India Cooperation Organization, or SCO, where China is aiming to position itself in a larger global role, presenting a potential challenge to America's role on the world stage.
Fox's Alex Hogan. India's prime minister also there after being slapped with higher U.S. tariffs for buying Russian oil. President Trump just announcing that Rudy Giuliani will receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom. The president calling Giuliani a great American patriot. Giuliani won praise for his time leading the city, including during the 9/11 attacks, but later faced criticism as an attorney for President Trump. Right now, Giuliani's recovering from a weekend car crash. A spokesperson says the 81-year-old has injuries, including a fractured vertebra after the car he was riding in was hit by another vehicle in New Hampshire, where state police are investigating. America is listening to Fox News. Israeli forces moving forward with a major...
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Offensive in Gaza City.
It has been more than 2 weeks since Hamas has reportedly accepted the terms of a new ceasefire agreement, and in that time, the Israeli government has yet to officially respond one way or another. Instead, their focus has been on this new IDF mission to enter and eventually take over Gaza City.
Fox's Jeff Paul. Israel vows to eliminate Hamas, calling the city the group's stronghold and continuing to blame civilian deaths on Hamas. This as a flotilla carrying humanitarian aid and activists, including Sweden's Greta Thunberg, tries again to reach Gaza after turning back yesterday because of stormy weather in the Mediterranean.
Thunberg, famous for her teenage climate activism, has in more recent months turned her attention to the war in Gaza, joining in accusing Israel of war crimes during its fight against Hamas terrorists. Israel enforces a maritime blockade of Gaza. A previous flotilla with Thunberg ended with her and others being taken into custody and deported.
Fox's Eben Brown. The Nestle CEO is out over a code of conduct breach.
Swiss food giant Nestle revealing it is dismissing its CEO, Laurent Frochet, effective immediately, citing an investigation that found an alleged inappropriate relationship with a subordinate. In a statement, reps for Nestle call this a necessary decision, noting the behavior violates its code of conduct, adding Nestle's values and governance are strong foundations of our company. Frochet had been CEO since last year. The company says he will be replaced by longtime Nestle executive Philippe Navratil. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Tonight's power hitting $1.1 billion, spurring some big dreams.
Get a house. I'm like living with my brother right now. Get a house for sure.
It's the 5th largest Powerball jackpot and 11th biggest in U.S. history. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
I'm Janice Dean. Join me every Sunday as I focus on stories of hope and people who are truly rays of sunshine in their community and across the world.
Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcast.com.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope, dreams that shine bright. Good morning, Marianas, together we ignite. So join the palm trees, we dance through the days. The rhythm and soul in so many ways. Together we rise through the moments we share. Good morning, Marianas, feel the love everywhere. Wake up to the sunshine in the morning light. Good vibes all around, everything feels right. Brad on the show, bringing joy to our day. Into the Marianas breeze, let the worries drift away. Yeah, that was the air. Our connection grows stronger. We show that we care. Rock on to feel the soulful flow. Look right on in Mariana, that's where you belong. The sweet island breeze and the ocean's embrace. Brad's got the stories, sunlight behaves. Some signs meditated, fall in this ride. Yeah, that we're shining with love as our guide. So raise your voices high, let the music play on. Good morning, Marianas, we're where you belong.
Good morning, Marianas. Oh my God, is that gravel in my voice? It feels like there's gravel in my voice. Good morning, Marianas. Yeah, that sounds healthy, I know. You know, funny thing is, we were not going to come in and do the show today. True story. I was not going to do the show today. I will tell you a story about why I'm here later. But it's amazing with the power of emotion to get your ass out of bed. I can tell you that. I am like cold sweating right now. And I'm telling you, I'm feeling it. But what do they say, Barnum and Bailey, P.T. Barnum, the show must go on. Did that come from him? I don't know. Either way, welcome to our circus this morning where we get things going. It is 7:49 in the morning out here in Saipan, and it is not sunny Saipan. That's not terrible either. It's 79 degrees outside. Everything under the clouds is getting rained on for sure. It is a light rain. It's a forgiving rain. Kinder, gentler rain. 1,000 points of light. We're looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day today. Partly sunny skies. High near 86. I don't know when it's going to get there, but it's going to take a while. Funny enough, though, there's some pretty strong gusts out there. I got the News Van of Justice being blown around a little bit on the way in. 30% chance of rain. We're already here. Gusts as high as 22 miles per hour, they say. It felt like that for sure. I'm telling you, we got blown around pretty good. It was pretty good. Be careful out there on the road. You can see there's plenty of cars out there right now, and we're going to go and take a look at the traffic in the CNMI. Why? Because we CNMI love you guys. Let's take a look at what traffic looks like today. Boy, that looks really weird. What is going on over here right now? Hold on. Oh, boom. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. We got to change this. Not sure how this got changed. I'm the only one here. How could anything change if I'm the only one here? All right, hold on. My goodness. Something is going on in this strange, crazy. There we go, magicness. See, even my computer's sick. There we go. Take a look at traffic out here. This is your first look. Tinian traffic looks fine. Nothing going on in Tinian except for awesomeness over at JC Cafe. And lots of love out there to the folks in Tinian. In case you forget how to spell it, you can see it on your way up Broadway. Don't spell it on your way down. It's going to be backwards, I think. So just go ahead and spell it any way you want, but Tinian is a great place to be. I would love to be there for breakfast this morning at JC Cafe. They got all kinds of great chow and great food. My other go-to is right across the street at the Shack. Gotta love those guys. All right, let's take a look. It looks like there's a little bit of traffic on the road over in the heart of Chalumpiao as kids are making their way to Hopwood Middle School. We see them at the bus stop right here at our building every morning. So we get a good feel for what the state of fashion is in the Marianas public school system. And right now it's all about those school uniforms. All right, well, that's what it looks like. A little bit of a backup over by the school, but not too bad when you pull back a little bit. Over there in CK by the post office, it's a little slow as well. And folks trying to get their kids to Mount Carmel are experiencing the same amount of traffic love. Where you're really going to get it, though, is when you're heading over by I-T&E, where all roads lead to Rome. Over there, Rome spelled R-O-A-M. You've got traffic in every direction trying to get to the intersection that matters at the CMG and Middle Road where they meet, and that is not to be unexpected. So take your time over there. It's a little slow. Remember, it's raining too. You don't want to be the guy slammed on your brakes into the back of someone's bumper. Over there at NMC, you can see that there's a little bit of congestion, and at Shell Dandan as well. And Aslito is not where you want to be right now if you're trying to make your way over to Shell Dandan, because traffic is backed up all the way to Maddie's Barbecue. In fact, if they sold eggs with the barbecue stick, that might be the best breakfast place to be on your way to work. You could just pull over, wait until traffic lets up, and then make your way out there. Scrolling around by Back Road. Yes, the home of the Canaries is so busy. Too bad they can't fly to school, right? All the way from Lalao Bay Drive down to Atkiza, all the way down to the San Vicente Loop. Traffic is backed up, and it is slow. It is very slow in San Vicente today. It is very slow because everyone's trying to get to school. And, you know, fly high, Canaries. Good job, guys. Speaking of flying high, we're going to have Representative Diego Camacho on at 8 o'clock today to talk to us about the Cannabis Commission. All right, let's go to the Rodeo Drive up Saipan over there on Issa Drive by New Sarah Market, Zenu Market, and Capitol Hill Market. Folks are trying to get in there, pick up their little merienda, and make their way to the office. Whether it's the legislature, the governor's office, or folks just trying to make their way into Cagman or out of Cagman, that is the busy place to be this morning. We're going to follow it all the way down to Puerto Rico. Boricua! It's looking pretty good all the way through Puerto Rico, except by Garapan. When you get to the tennis courts / pickleball courts, then you're going to have a little bit of congestion. Folks coming out of Garapan going a little bit slow, and folks trying to head north are going to get slow too. Not so bad over at Garapan Elementary School. It looks like the flow of traffic is going great over at the home of the Mallards. Shout out, quack, quack. That's right. Here we go. In Garapan, trying to make your way over by the NMI Museum. It's going to be a slow go by the light over there. So just be patient and make your way home. All right, make your way to work safely. Over there on Middle Road over by the old NM Posse, where you can go to Megabyte right now. It is slow all the way. People are backed up at the Gualo Ride Light. Same goes on the other side of it, on heading south. And let's keep going over by Quartermaster Drive, whether you're on Beach Road or you're on Middle Road. Folks who are heading south are stuck at the lights. I don't know if they're synced up, but they're slowed up right now, and that's how it goes. All right, and we make our way all the way back into right in front of our building, where we've got all kinds of action going on for folks trying to head north. And maybe they're trying to look up, crank their heads, and see what it looks like over here at the NMI News Service. Oh, that's so sweet. I know. But, you know, you don't have to worry about driving in that on your own. You could get on the bus. You can go on the Blue Line on the fixed route that they have over here, all the way from Garapan, goes to NMC, all the way down to Totopil, Coblerville, almost every ville you ever want to be in. Not all of them, though, but there's a great mode of public transportation, and it doesn't cost a lot of money, and you don't have to worry about traffic anymore. All you have to do is hop on one of their nice, clean, amazing buses on Transit CNMI, and you can get anywhere they go And you can get there for $2. That's right. One way, no stops, $2. Get you anywhere you want to go, from Garapan all the way down to Guangdong Hardware. You can get yourself to NMC, Jotan Dandan, and everywhere south. It's a great way to go and an easy way to get there. Hey, guess what? If you're a student, a veteran, active duty military, Manamku, or you've got a disability, that's only $1 per ticket. Can you beat that? The answer is no. That's the only time you're going to hear no from the folks over at Transit CNMI, unless you're trying to pay and get change back, because you have to pay an exact change. You can also get their tickets at their office. Give them a call at 236-2682. They're driving around Monday to Friday, 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. Weekends and holidays, 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. And look, you can see exactly where they are right now. We've got them on the screen. That is your live tracker for where they are. They've got the northbound is on its way to Garapan. It's just by Cristo Rye right now. The southbound one is in Azlito over there by Guangdong Hardware. It's probably considered still as Perdido area over there. And then they've got one just hanging out over by the the old AK parking lot, and they're doing that just in case they need a ride. They're able to pick you up in case something happens with the bus. They're able to take care of it. Yes, Margaritaville. That's the ville that we really need to be in, Louisa. Maybe I'm doing it all wrong. Instead of going to Koblerville or Totaville, we need to go to Margaritaville. That would be the most popular stop for Transit CNMI, I believe. Mike, great to see you. Thanks so much for tuning in over there on the YouTube side. What's up? Randy Rosario's in the house. What? Also got Caleb Garat. I never said it that fast. Githarngig. Man, I don't know why. I always thought it was Garth. Garth, no, there's no extra R in there. It's like how people mispronounce my name all the time. I'm guessing that happens to you. But great to see you in here. Thanks so much for being here. Louisa, the MVP. How did you guys do in the softball tournament? How did you guys do? I know that the ladies did well out there in Tacoma, but how did you do here in Saipan? That was one of the reasons why I wasn't out there. You can hear it in my voice. I started getting sick a little bit over the weekend. Like, I can't be out in this rain. This is not going to happen to me. And I tried to do a little bit less on Sunday. What ended up happening, I ended up coming in here and working. And then yesterday, too, I had to come in here and work, too. I mean, there's just so much stuff to do. Stuff is coming out, and that's it. And today, Melanie, I called Melanie. I messaged Melanie. I'm like, Melanie, you're scheduled to come in today. I can't do it. I'm going to stay in bed. I'm going to stay home, and I need to rest up. I just need to. She's like, hey, no problem. Let's do it. And then I'm like, all right, forget it. I'm coming in. She's like, no, I already told everybody. I'm like, all right, let's just reschedule. So Indigenous Affairs Office is coming back on Friday. They're going to be with us. Hopefully after the show today, I'll be able to get a little bit more rest. But I already told her I was coming back in. I'm like, I left the house. There is more to that story. True. It's good. Well, not so well, but hey, it was hella fun, and that's what it was all about. Yeah, talk about your team for softball. That's what it's all about. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's about going out there and having fun in the community and the love that softball tournament is. Really just a great gathering of all the folks from the CNMI. It is an excuse to go out and have fun together. It's the best thing going since sliced bread. It sounds better than my voice does right now, too. But I'm ready to take on those Hollywood movie trailer roles. I mean, just imagine we can get some like epic movie trailer voice stuff going on right now. Oh, you ended up doing announcing too after 7 cans. You weigh like 10 pounds. How can you drink 7 cans of beer? That is crazy. All right, let me see if I've got an epic folder for the sound effects here. I'm sure I do, but I'm looking for instrumentals. Only K-Town Baddies took the trophy. Oh, the team from Korea. Yeah, they were serious. They were not messing around. Let me just try. Gosh, I was really hoping this would be easier for me to find. Turns out no. I'm looking for just any easy to find epic music background, and I'm not finding it. I actually have a folder that's, here's epic. Here we go. Ready? Let's see how this sounds as it loads. From the island of Saipan comes a hero. didn't think he was ready for the big stage. But fate had another plan. From the village of San Antonio comes the legend of a warrior with a can of Spam, a can of Busch Light, and a bottle of soju. This is the hero. I don't know, but that's the voice I got going on right now. I don't have, at least I can laugh about it. And I'm telling you, I am fighting. I am definitely fighting this right now. It is definitely a full-on fight. It's fun. I'm enjoying it, this crazy life that I'm leading here doing the show and being with you guys. But that's it. We got to come up with a script for it. Yeah, we need to do more of that. I need to come up with a real quick, give me a script. You guys, if you know, you've got our WhatsApp number. You can WhatsApp us. Do your own ChatGPT script, movie trailer script, and I will voice it during today's show. But first, what we're going to do, we're going to reach out to Diego Camacho, the Vice Speaker of the NMI legislature, the House of Representatives. And let me see, I have his number. I just don't know if I have it on the show phone. So let me look it up real quick, because that's who we're going to call. Okay, boom. Okay, so, okay, there we go. Oop. I do have it on that phone. All right, here we go. Let's call him right now. We're going to get him on the phone with us. Our Vice Speaker, and he should be expecting the call. We've been talking about it today, so it'd be great to have him on the show.
Good morning, Mariana.
Whoa, he already knows what to say. My goodness. It is our Vice Speaker for the CNMI House of Representatives, Diego Vincent Camacho. Good morning, Mr. Vice Speaker.
Morning, Brad. Morning, everyone.
Hey, it's great to have you on. I know that this was kind of a last minute call. We just prepped it this morning, and we want to get you on here because we saw in the paper about some bold moves you guys are making to try to make a difference here in the CNMI. In particular, well, I mean, you're trying to make a difference every day when you're there anyway. But like this one in particular was about the Cannabis Commission. And I know it's a subject that a lot of people are really interested in. And I saw that it was on there, and I'm like, all right, so let's talk about that. I never had a green thumb. I don't know how to plant stuff and keep it alive. But right now, it seems like maybe this is an organization that needs to kind of get disbanded.
Yeah, you know, Brad, since 2018, right, since the enactment of the cannabis law. So it's been about a little under 7 years since its enactment, and I really do think that everything is in place now. I mean, we had all that time to promulgate rules, regulations on how this industry should be. And I think it's the time that we go ahead and let it operate as any other business and, transfer responsibility to the pertinent agencies that already go out and inspect, do their inspection or whatnot.
Well, it is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
But this was a conversation that we've been having since the 23rd legislature, and yes, it took a while. We just wanted a really good legislation. Nothing rushed, and looking at all angles, and we have one. We have a draft legislation ready.
Wow. Well, so let's talk about that a little bit too. I know it was brought up, and it was supposed to be some real big industry that was really going to make a lot of money for the CNMI. It looked like it was going to be something that was really going to help. Is it? I mean, it seems like
I've seen places open and close, and I see other people just enjoying it. I mean, they're enjoying the fact that it's legal here in CNMI for sure. But has it brought in the money that we were hoping for?
At this point in time, Mike, I would say not. It's really survival of the fittest, right? I mean, do we really need 9, 10 dispensaries for small population? The best will survive, and if we end up having maybe 5, I think that would suffice for our population.
Yeah, I hear you. By the way, what a great story. I remember you being the chief of staff for Rep Probst and doing a great job. He just could not stop talking about all the great stuff that you were doing for him over in the office. Then you decide to run yourself. You win. And look at, in like no time, you're the vice speaker of the legislature. You are crushing it. I mean, can you walk me through that journey and how that feels and how that's gone?
Oh yeah, I worked for Ed for all of 4 terms, and on this last term, we actually served together, and I did learn a lot, and it was the beginning, it was the learning phase, I would say, working in the legislature. And yes, being vice speaker today, it's really a testament. I work well with everybody. Mm-hmm. I work well with everybody. There's no room for any kind of negative relation, or we all have the same goal, right? We all want to see the CNMI get better to where it needs to be.
Yeah, I think that's the skill set that people need, and the mindset for sure that people need to go into that, knowing that you have to work with everybody. You can't do it on your own, and you have to be. And just because somebody may be in a different party or something, you can't not talk to them because of that.
Right.
So it's working well for you. You're making your way up the chain, and you're making the folks in Precinct 1 pretty happy with everything that you're doing. How about this? Have you been hearing a lot of feedback from the constituents about this whole cannabis commission and the amount of money that's going into it?
Oh yes, every day. I was the chair in the previous legislature. Now it's with our chair is Rep. Benita Yantamay, and that's always the conversation. Is it bringing in enough money? Are we funding it? Are we paying the Cannabis Commission more than what is coming in? Is it cost effective? At this point, it's not. And previously, or a couple of years ago, there was I think there was like more than 10 licenses that were licensees. And now it's I don't have the number with me, but I know it's there was a few non-renewals. Mm-hmm. So it really is the testament of how the economy is doing. Well, and just so you know, so you have 5 cannabis commissioners, and I have nothing against the commissioners. They are educated. They are very knowledgeable of the industry. But I don't think it's cost effective. You have 5 commissioners making $55,000 a year.
Wow.
You have 1 director and 1 or 2 staff. How about we keep the director and 2 staff and place them under, in this case, farmers who already have the ABTC enforcement, mm-hmm. right? And what this bill does is create a division under farmers to do just that.
Well,
that in itself is $250,000 savings.
That's great.
That's exactly, like, I think that when people are thinking about this economy, they're thinking about the taxes, like the less money that's coming in and all that stuff. People are like, what can we do? But you are taking, you and your colleagues, taking a proactive approach to trying to, be fiscally responsible. It's such a smart move. It's a tough move for people to hear it if they're on the other end of that chopping block, right? But you're finding a way to make the CNMI government more efficient so that you guys can charge less money for taxes. I mean, the amount of money that we have coming in is shrinking anyway. So you're trying to trim the expenses that we've got to follow suit. And I think it's just a brilliant idea. And now that we've got all those regulations in time, like you said, we kind of evolved. It's not that it was a bad move to have it, but I think we've grown past it now.
Exactly, and that's really the goal, right? I do have one. I just about the bill number, but we just passed. We recently passed the tax amnesty bill, and that goes to show what how we are trying to move forward and stabilize what we already have.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We don't want to see any businesses close. So what this bill does, this tax amnesty bill, is really to forgive every big to small business. The ability to start fresh by forgiving the penalties and fees and penalties on their taxes to move forward. We're not awarding those who failed to pay, but it's really a chance for them to start anew. That is in the Senate, by the way, and I'm hopeful that they do their due diligence and pass that.
When you get something like that makes its way through the House, do you have good contacts with the folks in the Senate? Do you guys talk about, hey, this is coming your way, what do you think about it? Do you take their temperature to see if they've got some interest in it too?
For me, yes, I do. I do reach out to the chairs of the respective committees. That hey, this is coming up. We just passed this. I appreciate your support in this, but of course, we always allow them to do their due diligence. Get comments and do their work. I'm hopeful that they do, and they've been doing.
It's a tough thing. We're so it's easy for us to kind of like take sides on things. It seems like we're pretty quick to doing that. And a lot of times in some of the previous legislatures, it seems like it's almost like the House versus the Senate. But really, like what you were saying within the House, even people on the other side of that political aisle, you're all on the same side with the same intent of, doing what's best for the community. When you deal with any of these kind of things, I know you're just a wall away from your colleagues in the Senate. So if you're able to have an open line of communication with them, I think that's going to be the helpful way of doing all that stuff. And I'm just wondering, has anything changed with the folks that are over there now? I mean, have you had an open line of communication with them all the time, or is it better now, or was it better before?
I think it's better now. Like I said, it's authors or from the House really just. It's their line of communication, maybe not really as a whole, but individually to the Senate, with the respective chairs. I think it's really good so far, at least for me.
Well, that's great. I'm telling you, the way you're able to network with the folks who are there to get stuff done, it's not just a territorial match about like who's in charge of this or who's in charge of that. From watching from the other side, from the outside, it looks like, you're getting stuff done, and the folks in Precinct 1 got to be digging you. And it's too bad because now we moved. We're out of Precinct 1, but I'll tell you what, you get my spiritual vote for Precinct 1 again. Hey, can you tell us what else is coming up for you guys? What's new after this? What are the other things that you're working on?
Actually, now that I'm live, I do want to announce the first ever Tuesday night farmers market, which I have partnered up with the Cagman Agriculture Farm Farms and Producers Association, also known as CAFPA. So we're hosting the first ever Tuesday night farmers market in the South Side, specifically in Coblerville, right by the Youth Center, tonight from 4 to 8. This will be the first event of this kind in our area, and inviting the public and the neighboring folks to come by, check it out, buy some local produce, food products, and more. Grab dinner or something.
Well, here you go. This is it. That's breaking news from our vice speaker. Tuesday night. Okay, let's tell everybody again. Where is it going to be?
It'll be at the Coblerville Youth Center, open field, and that's from 4 to 8. That's tonight. Local produce, food products, and more.
That is so great. It's a great spot. It's a big space over there too, right? So
right.
We're going to be able to have a man. That's where we need to go tonight for sure. There's so many opportunities. I love that you're bringing it. Well, it's in your precinct, which is great. But I love that it's in a different spot too, where it's easier for folks who could just walk right over there too.
Yes, and that was the goal. That was the goal that not everyone has means of transportation going down to Sablo Market, or guess what? We're bringing it to you on a weeknight in your neighborhood, and that just promotes really the community activity, and just welcome by.
That's great. That is really just great. Now, right now, that's the CAPFA group. So if people want to get involved and they want to get in like for the future stuff, do you know, should they reach out to your office for like future weeks?
So I actually partnered up with Glenn Manglonia, who is the chair or president of CAFPA. And yes, I think it will be, I think it's best that they contact him for the future Tuesday market. So right now we're capped at 16 vendors tonight.
Okay.
We're my office will be sponsoring the logistics on that.
Wow, that's great. 16 vendors for your first night is massive.
Yeah, so most of these guys are already members of the CAFTA group. So they're basically the Sablo Market vendors that will be there tonight, and we have some other some folks that reached out selling other vendors selling prepared foods already. So
no way, that's great.
Check it out.
CAFA, that's all local farmers, right?
Yes.
I love it, man. I love it. I can't wait. So it starts at 4. It's going to go 4 to 8. And so it's early enough where, even kids could grab a healthy snack down there if they've got stuff like someone's growing bananas or something. You could just run down there.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, we're going to go down there today and see what we can't pick up. I'm looking forward to checking it out. Thanks so much for letting us know about it. This is awesome. And
I'll send you the flyer. I'll message you the flyer.
Okay, appreciate it. We'll be down there for sure. And Mr. Marianas Agupa, he's the guy who you guys can contact if you're interested in CAPFA. So that's really great. Thanks so much about that. We'll be there. We'll see you guys later. I'll be there with my sick-sounding voice. We'll try to get down there for sure.
Awesome. Thanks, Matt.
All right. Hey, thanks, Vice Speaker. I really appreciate your time this morning to get us smart on everything that you guys got going on right there. And, man, I'll tell you, it's going to be interesting. The House, you guys have to run every 2 years, so every election is your election. And it's also a general election. Are you ready for the craziness of election season already?
No, we always got to be prepared, but, we literally just got sworn in, 8 months ago, and that's not really on my mind right now. Let's continue to do what we can and push through, our agenda, get things done.
All right, sounds great. Oh, one last thing before we let you get out of here. Are you a football fan?
I'm a football fan only on Super Bowl day.
Oh, that's all right. We'll go. So you have to pick one of those teams on Super Bowl day, or you just get to go hang out. All right. Well, football season starts this week. We were going to ask for who your team was, but if you're not really a fan, you could adopt temporarily the Buffalo Bills. Could be your temporary team. your adopted
For you, Matt,
team.
sure.
All right.
For you, Matt, sure.
All right, so we're going to have to Vice Speaker and Bills fan, Diego Vincent Camacho. All right. Hey, thank you so much for making time for us this morning.
All right. Thanks, Brad, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, Marianas.
All right. Take care. Have a great day.
All right. Likewise.
All right. That's our Vice Speaker from the CNMI House of Representatives, Diego Vincent Camacho. And on top of all the stuff that he's doing there, letting us know that tonight is the first farmers market happening over at Koblerville. Tonight at 4 p.m. It's going to go from 4 to 8. And we'll see you down there. It should be a lot of fun. And again, 16 vendors. The first night that they're having it, the first week that they're having it, they're capped. They had to cap it at 16. That means they had a lot of people who wanted to get in there too. So it should be great. Anyway, 8:21 in the morning. We're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we'll have more of our local headlines and some interesting stuff.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. Got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional costs to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.
While it lasts, I'm Tom Rigotti, Fox News. All kinds of way to celebrate this Labor Day and the unofficial end of summer. Fox Weather's Robert Ray with one of the more majestic. He's in Sedona, Arizona.
About 150 million Americans have traveled this Labor Day weekend. And on this special day that transitions from summer to autumn, well, thousands are in the American Southwest exploring the majesty of the national parks, from the Utah Mighty Five to the Grand Canyon to Sedona, a spiritual place with trails and red rocks. So many people looking for that peace, that moment they can spend with family and friends. Yes, it's a little bit different than the beach and pina coladas, but the American Southwest offers so many great places. In Sedona, Robert Ray, Fox Weather.
No Labor Day off for Justice Department lawyers, with an appeal brief due tomorrow after a federal judge blocked Trump administration efforts to reunify unaccompanied migrant children with their families in Guatemala. The flights were grounded by a federal judge just as they were about to take off. Fox's Bill Malugin with more.
Those unaccompanied Guatemalan migrant children were potentially just hours away from being deported. Some of them were literally sitting on the tarmac in Texas when an emergency order came down from a federal judge blocking those flights from taking off. Now, that order came down from federal judge Sparkle Suknanan in Washington, D.C. She's a Biden appointee. This is after attorneys and advocates representing the Guatemalan children argued that the Trump administration was violating U.S. laws and potentially sending the children to peril in their home countries without giving them due process. Now, the Trump administration countered that it's reuniting the children with their parents or guardians in Guatemala who sought their return.
White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller posting on X, the Biden judge is effectively kidnapping these migrant children. America's listening to Fox News.
It's Will Kane Country. Watch it live at noon Eastern Monday through Thursday at foxnews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss the show. Listen and follow the podcast 5 days a week at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent speaking exclusively to Fox News today about trade talks with China. Bessent insists they are currently in a very good place with China, adding he expects more meetings to mid to late October. He emphasizes China has a great opportunity to rebalance their trade with the U.S.
They have the most imbalanced, unbalanced economy in the history of the modern world, and they cannot export their way to prosperity in the midst of a real estate crisis. So if they are willing to address their domestic problems and talk about opening the Chinese market, we could rebalance together.
The U.S. and China previously extended a trade truce between them for another 90 days in August. The IDF is continuing to ramp up attacks on the terror group Hamas. Fox's Jeff Paul is in Tel Aviv.
Israel confirming that it believes it has killed the spokesperson for Hamas during a weekend airstrike in Gaza City. No comment or reaction from Hamas, but we do know the spokesperson, Abu Ubaidah, his last statement was regarding the very operation that will soon target Gaza City. And it was that plan that was in heavy discussion yesterday during Israel's security cabinet meeting. Israeli forces continue to build up their assets in and around the outskirts of Gaza City, calling it one of Hamas's last strongholds. The IDF is now urging Palestinians living in Gaza City to move south, saying their evacuation is, quote, inevitable.
Israeli forces launched airstrikes into the Gaza Strip today. Officials say at least 31 people were killed in the attack. A man has been found dead in a pool of blood at the Burning Man Art and Music Festival. It's being investigated as a homicide. Deputies were alerted Saturday about a deceased man at the gathering in the Black Rock Desert in Nevada, about 110 miles northeast of Reno. The sheriff's office is urging festival goers to be vigilant of their surroundings and acquaintances. The last day is today. I'm Tom Rigotti. This is Fox News.
Listen to the all-new Brett Baier podcast featuring Common Ground. In-depth talks with lawmakers from opposite sides of the aisle, along with all your Brett Baier favorites like his all-star panel and much more. Available now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love in the air. Good morning, Marianas. Come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun.
With the waves crashing in, hear the oceans call. Brad brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, those kind of wish. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of year.
Good morning, Marianas. Let's start the day. Laughter and stories, come what may.
Fox Sports Update.
The NASCAR Cup Series playoffs starting off with the Southern 500, the first of 3 races in the round of 16. A win for a playoff driver guarantees them a spot in the round of 12. That's what Chase Briscoe did in this race last year, and this year he did even better, leading 309 of the 367 laps and holding off a late charge from Tyler Reddick on the USA Network.
This was the race that changed Chase Briscoe's life last year, and he's done it again! Briscoe wins the Southern 500!
And Briscoe becomes the first driver to win back-to-back Southern 500s since Greg Biffle in 2005 and 6. Elsewhere, the final tennis major of the year heads into its second week with fourth-round action at the U.S. Open. There's only one American left playing on the men's side, and that's 4-seed Taylor Fritz. And he won his match in straight sets on Sunday and heads to the quarterfinals for the 3rd year in a row. Over on the women's side, the Cinderella run for American Taylor Townsend comes to an end. Unranked going into the tournament, she won the first set against Barbara Krejcikova easily, then had 8 match points in the second set, but couldn't close it out before losing it in a tiebreak. She then also dropped the winner-take-all third set. She was eliminated in an absolute heartbreaker.
It just stings because I literally gave everything and I thought I had it, but you know, it's part of sports, and I'm the kind of person where I'm like, that motivated me and I'm ready to go back again.
Townsend courtesy of the U.S. Open. Well, no heartbreak for another American, though. 4-seed Jessica Pegula cruised into the quarterfinals. She hasn't dropped a single set at this year's U.S. Open after reaching the finals last year. To the NFL, just a few days after stalled contract negotiations led to the Cowboys trading star pass rusher Micah Parsons to Green Bay, Dallas has signed a different one of its key defensive players to a new deal, agreeing to a 4-year extension with cornerback Deron Bland. You can listen to and follow the Fox Sports Podcast at foxsports.com or wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Greg Thompson.
Get more on the Fox Sports app and foxsports.com. Listen to the all-new Brett Baier podcast featuring Common Ground, in-depth talks with lawmakers from opposite sides of the aisle, along with all your Brett Baier favorites like his all-star panel and much more. Available now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Recent polls have...
My name is Jeff. All right. Welcome back, Marianas. It is a good morning over here. No matter what that weather looks like out there, the sun is starting to come back up. It is a little rainy out there. It is a little wet, but hey, that happens. 8:34 in the morning on Tuesday. Your first day back this week after that super long, awesome weekend that is Labor Day weekend in the Marianas. What a way to bring it back. Hey, happy birthday, Frankie Elliptico. Got to see all the photos. You had a great trip with a bunch of friends that are closer than friends. They're just like family. You're joined the 50 and Up Club. Welcome. One day I'll get there, but, you know, happy birthday to you, too. Great to see you. Carmen, good morning. Thanks for joining us this morning. Again, I mentioned this earlier today, but I got to tell you, I want to say apologies and thank you to Melanie Wenyo from Indigenous Affairs Office. They were supposed to come in here today. And while I was wallowing in bed, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be able to talk. I'm just going to stay home. And so I sent her a message. I'm like, hey, can we reschedule? I feel I started getting sick. I'm just going to stay home, and that's going to be the thing. And I just need to recover a little bit. And then, you know, knocked out for a little bit. And I woke up. I'm like, no, screw it. I'm going in. And I'm like, hey, never mind. Don't worry about it. She's like, no, I already messaged everybody. It's canceled. I'm like, no. So Indigenous Affairs, they're going to be coming back in on Friday. Friday is going to be a really great show for us. We're going to have Joe Diaz, coach of the G Rollers. He's going to be coming in studio with some of their players and coaches, former players. They got a great message to pass along. They're going to be on at 8 o'clock. 8:30, we're going to have the folks come in from Indigenous Affairs, and it should give us a great launch into the weekend. And that's also going to be when football starts, because holy cow, I don't know if you guys can handle it, because I think I can handle it. The NFL returns this week. That's right, the first game. It is going to be Thursday Night Football, or as like we call it in Saipan, Friday morning football. It's the Dallas Cowboys against the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles, going down in Philadelphia. I'm telling you what, Dallas Cowboys going to look a lot different without Micah Parsons this year as he goes over to the Packers. But that's going to be a great game. And then it's going to be fun for the Marianas, because there's also an international game, which means it's going to take place on Friday. For us, it's going to be Saturday. Saturday morning, we can watch football at home or at your office, up to you. 10 o'clock, it's going to be the Kansas City Chiefs against the LA Chargers. I hope the Chargers really beat them. I hope Patrick Mahomes gets put in traction and is done for the season. No, I don't. I don't want anyone to get injured. But I do want the Bills to do well this year. Here's what's going to happen, though. The season really for us is going to start for coverage-wise. It's going to be on Monday morning. That's when everybody plays. And then Monday, as the show is beginning, we'll catch the second half of the Houston Texans and the LA Rams. And then after the show, we got the Baltimore Ravens traveling to Buffalo to take on my Bills. Not just my Bills anymore. You heard it. Vice Speaker Diego Camacho. It's his team too now. I know Shine Tenorio, it's definitely his team. That he's going to be there cheering. Bills hosting the Ravens, 10:20 a.m. That's the late game on Monday morning. And Monday Night Football, or Saipan's Tuesday morning football, the Minnesota Vikings, another new quarterback against the Chicago Bears. That's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. It seems like the break in between the seasons is just too long. Just never stop. Just keep those games going all the time. Nobody cares about all the other sports. All right, it's not true. But we're going to be keeping track of it. And then, by the way, I want to give a shout out to the guys who are working on our website. And we've been talking about it for like 15 years now. We figured something out yesterday. After they've been working so hard on it, we thought we had the solution. And it does look good. It doesn't look bad, I can tell you that. It looked good. We thought we were going to go automated and everything. And we figured it out yesterday, like, oh, well, sorry, Clinton, all the work that you've been doing for a long time to make this thing work, we can't do that plan. So we're revamping the plan. And we're going to go back to the manual posting. It was all automated. It was just going to pull, and it still is. That's going to be a portion of what the website's going to be for us. But we can't do it just all automated, because if we do, we're not going to be able to give you, make it as content rich as we want. And we're not going to be able to do your comments the way we want to. The cool thing is, right now, our online presence is there. I mean, we can give you a little look of what it's like a preview, but it's not there. See, even when I look at it right now, like some of the stuff, I'm looking at it right now. Some of these ads that we have on here are just placeholders. We have to update them with the newest ones for our partners. And then, but no matter what, here's one of the highlights is that, oh, that's a great question, Louisa. Well, let me get back to that. Because I was just thinking about that this whole weekend. Whenever we go live, it will be live on the website. So whether or not you have social media, I've gotten plenty of questions from people who said, hey, I don't have social media. How can I watch your show? All right, well, first of all, do you have YouTube? No, because to watch YouTube, you need an account. Well, you don't need an account for anything to be able to watch our show on our website. That is going to be amazing. You don't even need to have a Facebook account to read all the Facebook posts because they are going to be there as well. That's right. You can look at Facebook, see all the comments and all that other stuff without having a Facebook account. So that's going to be on there. You're going to be able to scroll through, see all the posts that we do on our other channels as well. But we're also going to be putting up all of the full story of every post that we'll have on there, as well as the obituaries. And obituaries, we're not charging you anything for them. We're not. Unless we have to make them. If we have to make it for you, then we will. But so we're happy to do it. Excuse me. I didn't mute it that time. Sorry, guys. But what we ended up doing was we did one for someone who passed away here recently. Let me see if I can find it really quickly. And this is on. Oh, does it go? How far back does it go? It doesn't go far back on that one. How about on this side? I know, because we just tried this new thing. But what we ended up doing, and this is something else we're doing too. I don't mind charging something to do this part of it. When you go to our social media part, let's see if I can find it really quick. I don't want to gum up the whole works here. Excuse me. My gosh, I got to keep muting this stuff. I apologize for coughing right into your ears, guys. That's not my intent. That is not great entertainment, probably. Here we go. Let's pull this back here. 1 second. Videos. There we go. And we will play this for you. I'll pop this on here. The share screen. So you guys be able to see this here in a second. Yeah, and I'm gonna make this a full screen. So we did this for, here, I gotta move myself out of here. Here, let's do this. Sorry about this. We did this for, get out of the way, Brad. We did this for Susana Flores de los Reyes Mendiola. This is something that we'll be doing for the website. We're doing these as posts as well. We're taking the everything that's on the flyer, like all the information that you would have on there, so you don't have to crush it and have it too small where you can't really see what's going on there. And because that's part of the problem. Like, they try to fit all that information in that one flyer, and you end up missing a good part of it. So what we're able to do with this is make it so, like, you can include all the information that you want, and you can, like, all the church stuff, all the names, and put that on there. And the other thing is, this is what we ended up doing this with very minimal amount of information. So, like, what we're able to do for you with this is a whole nother level of what we're able to do, because we can also put on, we can also put, like, other videos. Like, imagine, like, if you have other videos of your loved one, you know, that we could play in the background while that's going. We'll be able to do all that kind of stuff, and it'll be there forever for you to see it whenever. You can share it to anybody that you want. It becomes your thing. And again, if it's got video, like, we can put as much stuff into it as you want, and you're not paying like a full ad. I mean, what does that cost? Somebody just told me that they spent like $500 on one of those ads. You're not going to have to do that. No. We're going to be able to do that for you, and we're going to be happy to do it. And the website, man, I got it on the other screen right now. I'm looking at it. It's not representative of what it's going to look like. Right now, it looks pretty cool. It's just not there. The new system that we're going to have, the reworking that we're doing right now, is we'll be able to put stuff up and categorize it a lot better than where it is right now. So you'll be able to see a whole section just for the interviews, a whole section just for the shows that we have. So Off the Hill, Advocacy Amplified, and SIP happens. And then we've got, of course, what PK was talking about with reservations required. We'll be able to do all that fun stuff. But you'll be able to find it easy. Right now, the way it's set up right now, like if we launched it right now, you could see it. But you'd still have to scroll through to find stuff. And I didn't think that was a whole lot different than what our Facebook is right now. And so I want this to be, it would be easier for me to do it, but it would be more difficult for you to view it. You know what I mean? If you're looking for something in particular, I want you to be able to find it really easy. And so that's what we're working on right now. It's going to be really cool, though. I love it. I'm excited. We're live right now on that website. So, oh, no, wait. Tobot, send me, if you've got a flyer, send that to me, please. Hey, Francisco De Leon Guerrero in the house. He says, hey, Brad, love your show. Please check it out. Frank De Leon Guerrero, Chamorro Music on YouTube. Type Frank DLG. Oh, yeah, we could do that for sure. Happy to. I saw you in one of the comments the other day, so let me pop that open real quick. That's great. Hold on, Frank. Let's see what you got. Frank DLG. Make sure that's you. That looks like you. Wow, is this all your music, Frank? Man, this looks great. All right, let's see. We're going to go to your channel. I found it. We're going to subscribe to it first. We just subscribed to your channel. Frank, this is us subscribing to you right here. And here, this is like 12. You just did something again recently, so let's go to your videos and try to get the most recent stuff. So it looks like about a week and a half ago. Let's hear what you got. You cool with this, Frank? We're listening. Let's hear what you got. I like the lights. Randy, it's so close, man. We were almost going to launch that thing yesterday.
Itanota Komalik and now bidadamu Undis totra sa itanota Maila sa baha azudu Ni para un homlu Donna para ibinenu Sa baba telu na para Ay na para por favor Tutti in demagoga, sa distotto sa I famiglia, na para, ay na para por favor. Tutti in demagoga, sa distotto sa itanota, na para, ay na para por favor. Tutti in demagoga. Sabi nenu tenu na para ay na para por favor Tutti imer na gaga sa distotto sa itanota Ilangnya igasetana Waha mapuno Masaki ikareta Mana danyu i-driver Todo estesia Na sini sedi Winning kita nota Bili guru para hita Komalik and now bidadamu Undis totra sa itanota Dan iba magota Dan iba milyata May lasagwaha adudu ni para unhomlu sa untu ti ibinenu sa babatelu na para ay na para bukapon tuti inep nagaga sa distorto sa pamilya na para ay na para bukapon tuti inep nagaga sa distorto sa itanota na para ay na para bukapon tuti inep nagaga sabi nenu teluhu na para ay na para bukapon tuti inep nagaga sa babatenu.
Oh, he's got skills. Oh man, I love it. I'll tell you what, that skills, I wish I had that kind of talent. I mean, for music. I would love doing, like, making songs and all that other stuff. So great. Hey, thanks, Frank, for sending that to us and reaching out. That is great stuff. Love it, man. Love it. So if we already subscribed to you, so if you guys are interested in more of that, you can go find, just type Frank DLG into your YouTube search bar, and you can find more from Frank out of Guam. How do I know he's from Guam? Well, because it said Sizus Masi, but he had the O in there. Either that or he works for Mobile. I'm sure he's out of Guam. Anyway, so that's what's going on over in that part of the world, just south of us. So football's coming up pretty soon, and we're going to be wrapping up here pretty soon, too. We got time in case you guys want to make a phone call. If you guys want to give us a ring real quick, we can handle that for sure. Hold on, let me see this message, too. Oh, I can get back to this, though. So, yeah, you know, I was just thinking the same thing, Louisa, about when am I going to get back up there and do play-by-play, because I think I needed that time off. After I got back from the mainland, and then we had the mini games. Like, there was so much mini games happening. I think I just needed a break. I just didn't think it was going to be all of August that I was going to take for a break. But that's pretty much what happened. So here we are in September, and we'll get out there this week. On Thursday, right now, we are scheduled to not be on the air in the morning for the show. We are scheduled to do a funeral over at Mount Carmel. And so we won't be here on Thursday. We'll be back again tomorrow, and we'll be back again on Friday. And then tonight's going to be our thing over at Culberville, and we want to go check them out for sure. Yeah, Frank, I'm telling you, thank you. That was great stuff. Definitely loved it. Thanks for sending it our way and getting us on there. And we have now subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed to us, please do, over on the YouTube and then here on Facebook. And then don't forget Instagram. We are going to start doing more Instagram stuff. I know we post it there anyway. But we'll end up doing more stuff on there as well. All right, guys. Well, we got about 5 minutes left, and we'll think about what's going on. Man, we had a real interesting night last night. I mean, it was a very interesting night. Awesome. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that, Tobot. We had an interesting night last night. You know, we got a phone call and someone asking us to change something about, like, one of our posts that we did. You know, if we end up making a mistake on our post, we will definitely change it, for sure. But if you're, excuse me, if we get folks asking us to take something down, you got to send us a real request. I mean, that's a big deal for us. You know, we had one set of information that came in, and somebody from outside that organization asked us to take it down, not because it wasn't proper or anything like that. So I'm like, well, you've got to ask that group to if they want to retract it or something like that, for whatever reason. So it was weird. I'm really dancing around the conversation. It's a conversation I want to have, but it's basically, we put out some information yesterday morning, and the people who gave us that are standing by it. And 12 hours later, we got somebody else asking to take it down and being super vague about it. Like they wouldn't tell us who the request was really coming from. And I'm purposefully leaving out names and details and all that other stuff. But it was just so, I just didn't think it was proper all the way around, And then, man, I'll tell you, politics, it's coming. It's coming. No matter who you love in the elections or who you don't love, it's not easy being part of, all of this stuff and finding out what's happening with everybody. It's too easy for people to get reactionary when stuff comes out. It's too easy for people to take sides, and all of a sudden the people that you want are the good guys and the other ones are the bad guys. What's going to end up happening is that people are going to win and people are going to lose in the next election. We already know that, right? Just because your side wins doesn't mean that you can treat the other guys bad. And if your side loses, you shouldn't expect the people on the other side to treat you bad either. You still got to live together. You still got to bring everybody back in. And that's kind of the way that Governor Palacios was. You saw the folks that he brought in. He brought in folks that he wanted, for sure, but he didn't get rid of folks just because they were in the wrong party. He kept a lot of folks, and he brought people in who weren't part of that party. And that's it. Now you can't. That's after the election. What's happening now is just different. Now it's just Governor Apatang is not going to be running again. He told us in that post ribbon cutting event that he's not running for anything ever again. He said that he's going to retire politically. He said he thinks he's earned it. We agree. You have definitely earned it, sir. So he's not putting people in spots just so that he can have a better spot for the next election, right? He's just trying. He's like, you know what? I've got about a year and a quarter of governance left in me. I want to be surrounded by the team that's going to help me do what I need to do for the next year and a quarter. Makes sense. I totally get it. I don't feel bad about it. And so that's what he's going to roll with. And, we got to support him, too. Now, what we have assured, we know that we're going to have a new governor in a year and a quarter, right? We know that we're going to have a new administration, completely new. And there's going to be a whole lot of other folks who are changing seats and changing hats. Who knows what the House is going to look like? Who knows what the Senate's going to look like? We know that there's going to be a lot of changes. So we just got to roll with all that stuff. No matter what, at the end of that whole cycle, you still got to live together, Don't get all bent because of a political party thing. Don't get all bent because of a job title or anything. You don't know where you're going to be in a few months. Look at the people who had jobs in appointed positions who are now not going to have them. I mean, you don't know when you're treating people in a bad way when you're going to bump into them again. And they might be in a position to make your life more difficult. But why, right? Just treat people well, and you're going to be all right. With respect. It's all about respect. That's it. And not like tripping all over yourself. Just treat people the way you want to be treated. I think we've heard that somewhere before. All right, we got this from Louisa. This is week 16 of the Saipan Baseball League. The best ballers on island. Should be a good one tonight. You've got the Cardinals and the Orioles going at it. And on Wednesday night, you've got the Falcons and the Blue Jays. Thursday, you got the Natives and the Bandits. And Friday, Blue Shark and the D-Niners. A full slate of games. Hopefully, the weather is going to be agreeable for everybody who needs to get out there. It started off wet today, and we're hoping it could dry off. We still got light rain in the forecast throughout the rest of the day. It's 83 degrees now. We're looking at a high of 86. As long as that wind keeps blowing, you got a chance of making sure that field is good to go. 30% chance of rain. Tonight, though, scattered showers, thunderstorms, 50% chance of rain. So it's looking more and more like it's going to be raining tonight. Hopefully it doesn't, so we can get everybody good to go for the games. Man, see, at least I'm pressing the button when I'm coughing this time, right? It's a cough button. All right, so I'll tell you what, we've got the last news update of the show, so let's get that to you. It should be hot off the presses right now. Just refreshing the screen, and there it is. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to roll with that. Guys, have a great day today. After this is done, I'm going to try to recover a little bit and heal my voice and my sick body. I'm telling you, I got it. When I was going off screen, I'm sitting there blowing my nose, all that stuff. I know, sexy stuff. Wow. You can see it on my Only Brad's account. All right, guys, here's the latest news update. Have a great day.
Enjoy it while it lasts. I'm Tom Rigotti, Fox News. All kinds of way to celebrate this Labor Day and the unofficial end of summer. Fox Weather's Robert Ray with one of the more majestic. He's in Sedona, Arizona.
About 150 million Americans have traveled this Labor Day weekend. And on this special day that transitions from summer to autumn, well, thousands are in the American Southwest exploring the majesty of the national parks, from the Utah Mighty Five to the Grand Canyon to Sedona, a spiritual place with trails and red rocks. So many people looking for that peace, that moment they can spend with family and friends. Yes, it's a little bit different than the beach and pina coladas, but the American Southwest offers so many great places. In Sedona, Robert Ray, Fox Weather.
No Labor Day off for Justice Department lawyers, with an appeal brief due tomorrow after a federal judge blocked Trump administration efforts to reunify unaccompanied migrant children with their families in Guatemala. The flights were grounded by a federal judge just as they were about to take off. Fox's Bill Malugin with more.
Those unaccompanied Guatemalan migrant children were potentially just hours away from being deported. Some of them were literally sitting on the tarmac in Texas when an emergency order came down from a federal judge blocking those flights from taking off. Now, that order came down from federal judge Sparkle Suknanan in Washington, D.C. She's a Biden appointee. This is after attorneys and advocates representing the Guatemalan children argued that the Trump administration was violating U.S. laws and potentially sending the children to peril in their home countries without giving them due process. Now, the Trump administration countered that it's reuniting the children with their parents or guardians in Guatemala who sought their return.
White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller posting on X, the Biden judge is effectively kidnapping these migrant children. America's listening to Fox News.
It's the Will Cain Show. Watch it live at noon Eastern, Monday through Thursday on FoxNews.com or on the Fox News YouTube channel. And don't miss a show. Get the podcast 5 days a week at FoxNewsPodcasts.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent speaking exclusively to Fox News today about trade talks with China. Bessent insists they are currently in a very good place with China, adding he expects more meetings to mid to late October. He emphasizes China has a great opportunity to rebalance their trade with the U.S.
They have the most imbalanced, unbalanced economy in the history of the modern world, and they cannot export their way to prosperity in the midst of a real estate crisis. So if they are willing to address their domestic problems and talk about opening the Chinese market, we could rebalance together.
The U.S. and China previously extended a trade truce between them for another 90 days in August. The IDF is continuing to ramp up attacks on the terror group Hamas. Fox's Jeff Paul is in Tel Aviv.
Israel confirming that it believes it has killed the spokesperson for Hamas during a weekend airstrike in Gaza City. No comment or reaction from Hamas, but we do know the spokesperson, Abu Ubaidah, his last statement was regarding the very operation that will soon target Gaza City. And it was that plan that was in heavy discussion yesterday during Israel's security cabinet meeting. Israeli forces continue to build up their assets in and around the outskirts of Gaza City, calling it one of Hamas's last strongholds. The IDF is now urging Palestinians living in Gaza City to move south, saying their evacuation is, quote, inevitable.
Israeli forces launched airstrikes into the Gaza Strip today. Officials say at least 31 people were killed in the attack. A man has been found dead in a pool of blood at the Burning Man Art and Music Festival. It's being investigated as a homicide. Deputies were alerted Saturday about a deceased man at the gathering in the Black Rock Desert in Nevada, about 110 miles northeast of Reno. The sheriff's office is urging festival goers to be vigilant of their surroundings and acquaintances. The last day is today. I'm Tom Rigotti. This is Fox News.
Listen to the all-new Brett Baier podcast featuring Common Ground, in-depth talks with lawmakers from opposite sides of the aisle, along with all your Brett Baier favorites like his all-star panel and much more. Available now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Going, but I'm still here because I wanted to deliver on some fun stuff. So if you're still here, you're still with us, you get to hear the movie themes that we're messing around with. So we're gonna get the epic music queued up. Hold on, because I have a couple of themes. Hold on, where are we at? Not that one. There we go. I gotta open this up. Baby, turn around. Taking advantage of this lower register. If you're gonna be sick, you might as well have some fun with it. How are you gonna do that? Well, I'll tell you how. We're gonna figure it out. I have, where's Epic? There we go. And there we go, Epic. Let's put it into here. Yep, there we go. So it's going to take about 30 seconds for this to transfer over to this side. So it'll be really easy for me to just press the old button. So if you made it this far, you got a chance. All right, so let's do this. I'm doing this will be cool when it's done. A couple of movie trailers. Okay. One that's Saipan based. Let's see. All right, here we go. We got it. We got it. We're ready to go. Let's turn this part off. We're going to use the same epic music for each one of these. Are you ready for this, Marianas? Because I don't know if I'm ready for it, and I hope you guys are. Let's see if we're good to go. What's going on over here? Kapow. Oh, no. Of course, I can't read the comment section right now with you guys. Come on, let's go. I don't know how I clicked on that. You're kidding. Come on, let's go. All right, I got to get back onto the show. Somehow it disappeared on me. We got to get right back into it. We're going to find it in a second. Come on, baby. What are you doing? Help me out. All right, hold on. It should be right here. Hold on. Let's come on. Let's do it. Like we're literally right here. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I'll tell you what. Some things are easy for me to do here. Maybe it's going to be right over here. Boom. I can't read the comments. Hold on. There we go. All right. We're going to be there in a second. All right. So here we go. I got you in the comments. Okay. Here we go. You're going 1 hour but late. I know. All right. So here's the deal. This is it. This is the movie trailer voice. So we've got a couple of them. And we asked you guys to reach out with some themes for movie trailers. So here we go, taking advantage of it.
In a world where paradise meets the Pacific, one island stands at the crossroads of history. From the cliffs of Suicide to the shores of Micro Beach, from the echoes of war to the pulse of tomorrow, this is Saipan, a place where legends were forged and where a new story begins. Storms may come, darkness may fall, but the people will endure. Because here, in the heart of the Marianas, hope rises with the sun. This summer, experience the island like never before. Saipan, the legend lives on.
All right, that's a little bit more. I thought it was a shorter file. I didn't realize. I was looking for like a 30-second movie trailer audio on there. It was a little bit long. That's what you get. That's the first one. Let me see if I can't upload this shorter one here real quick while we're at it. Hopefully it doesn't take as long to do it. But all right, we'll take it. What do you think? I don't know how good it was or how bad it was, but I know it's awesome. Okay, here's the short version. Let's put this one in over here and get it going. And this one's only going to take about 20 seconds to upload. We'll do the other one. So what do you think, Tobot? I know you're there. I see a like that just went in there. So we're having a little bit of fun with this. Hold on. Let me get back in here. We're waiting for the other one to load up. Oh, come on, baby. I know. All right, there we go. Boom. All right, we're going to go with now the shorter version of this. All right, you ready for it? Oh, I just saw that. Good morning, Troy and the Candid team. Love it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're rolling on overtime today. We're taking advantage of the, hold on. All right. We're taking advantage of the sick voice that I got going on this morning. We're going to hit those lower registers and try to make it even better. I wonder, because, can I do this one? I wonder if it's going to be a little bit louder because we have the sound gate over here. Can I even do it with this one? I can't, probably. Let's do this. Let's come back here. Let's put this one away. All right, so number one, we got it amped up a little bit louder than normal. All right, so here we go. This is going to be movie trailer number 2. Are you ready? Well, I hope so, because we're going for it. Yeah, you got it. Thank you, Richard Lazama. Great to see you. All right, we're going for the second one. Here we go. That was the Saipan trailer, and here we go. This one is about the Saipan rom-com. I should have a happier, upbeat music for you, but I don't. Let's see. How's it go if I do this?
This fall, love is in the air, and maybe at Smiling Cove. She's a busy professional who thinks she has no time for romance. He's a laid-back local who just wants to catch sunset at Managaha. When fate and a delayed flight at the Saipan International bring them together, sparks fly like a Friday night fireworks at Paseo de Marianas. From the coffee shops of Garapan to awkward karaoke nights in Chalankanoa, they'll discover that sometimes the perfect match is just across the lagoon. Starring sunsets, sand, and second chances. Love in the Marianas. Coming soon. Only on Island Time.
It's so bad. That should have had a peppy, little more upbeat music thing for it. I didn't have something at the ready for it, but that would have been pretty neat. What's this one sound? That's it. This is better for it. You ready?
This fall, love is in the air, and maybe at Smiling Cove. She's a busy professional who thinks she has no time for romance.
He's a laid-back local who just wants to catch the sunset at Managaha. When fate and a delayed flight at Saipan International bring them together, sparks fly like the Friday night fireworks at Paseo de Marianas. From the coffee shops of Garapan to the awkward karaoke nights in Chalankanoa, they'll discover that sometimes the perfect match is just across the lagoon. Starring sunsets, sand, and second chances. Love in the Marianas. Coming soon, only on Island Time. There you go. There's your movie trailer. Your rom-com. Your romantic comedy. All right, here's the next one. This time we asked for one that was a sports epic. Let's see. I do have something that might be a little bit better for that. This one is more of football sounding. I'm not sure. Let's see. Is this going to be good? On an island where the ocean meets the sky, young athletes dream bigger than the horizon. From the dusty fields of Kohlerville to the roaring crowds at the Oleai Sports Complex, a new generation rises. They play for family, for island pride, for something greater than themselves. Through the heat, the sweat, the storm, every goal, every sprint, every sacrifice brings them closer to glory. This season, witness the heart of the Marianas, because here in Saipan, champions are born. Or I screwed it up. Because here in Saipan, champions aren't born, they're made. Oh my gosh. So I got the wrong music for it though. Let's see. No, that's okay. These are all the NFL highlight things. I thought maybe they'd be pretty dope for this. I got one more for you too. Oh, let's see if there's another one. What's this one? That could have been the rom-com track for sure. How about this one? Nope. All right, so let's go back to it. We're going to do the short one again. This is the last one. If you guys are sticking around, this is bonus hour right here. This is it. All right, so here we go. This is the sci-fi epic. All right, so we'll go with this again.
In the year 2147, the islands of the Marianas are no longer just paradise. They are the last line of defense. Beneath the waves of the Marpi Trench, an ancient power has awakened. From the jungles of Tanapak to the skies above Mount Tapachao, the battle for Earth begins here. One island, one people, one chance to survive. This summer, the world will know Saipan, because the future starts in the Pacific.
Oh my gosh. All right. That's it. That's our last one for today. I hope this gives you guys a little bit of laughs heading into the rest of the day today. We're out here. Our intern is here, John, the man, the myth, the legend. I'm going to stop coughing all over him. He's far enough away. Don't worry. Germs don't go that far. He's like, oh, no, they do. I'm going to cover up my face. Okay, I got it. But I'm going to wrap up today. All right, you guys, thanks for tuning in today. I hope that brought you a little bit of laughs. I am going to go and try to sweat this out for the rest of the day. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you guys again tomorrow morning for a Good Morning Marianas. We're going to have some guests in studio, right? Yeah, who do we got coming in tomorrow? Great question, Brad. Thanks for asking yourself. Who do we have in tomorrow? Oh, we've got PSS is going to be in with us tomorrow. That's going to be exciting. Public school system. And Thursday, we've got the funeral coverage. And on Friday, we've got special back-to-back where we've got the G Rollers with Coach Joe in studio. And then we're also going to have the folks from the Indigenous Affairs Office. So it's going to be a great one. Hey, thanks so much. You guys have a great day. Have a great night, and we will see you guys again. My gosh, normally we have some kind of
flow music going. I've got a whole lot of nothing for you. What is going on? That's not the way we're going to go out. All right. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon. Take care.
PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Got Medicaid? Paradise Dental's got you covered. We've got you covered from the moment you walk in the door with some of Saipan's best smiles. Medicaid covers your fillings, your extractions, and your checkups with no out-of-pocket expense. And Medicaid covers all of your x-rays without any additional cost to you. So remember, if you've got Medicaid, you're covered. Don't wait for a toothache. Call Paradise Dental today. Come here often.
Hi, I'm Shauna Brenfleck, nurse practitioner and owner of Island Skin Solutions and Wellness Clinic. We are Saipan's only medical spa offering a wide range of services to meet your unique skincare goals. We offer exclusive medical grade skincare products that can only be purchased from a licensed medical professional. We also have the CNMI's only master esthetician who offers new patient consultations that include a mini facial tailored to your needs. Schedule your consultation today to get started on your skincare journey.